So let's create the class for JDBC Callable Statement demo with public static void main method and click the finish. Let's import java.sql. Let's have the class dot for name, right, for loading the driver, which is going to be oracle dot jdbc dot driver dot oracle driver, because we are connecting with Oracle to check our stored procedure. It shows the red line because it is throwing exception for class not found. So we are not bothering about handling the exception. So I allow Java, right, to use the exception. So Java is going to manage the exceptions, right. Now let's create the connection object. Connection, let it be CONN is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Herein I need to pass three parameters. First is going to be the URL, which is going to be JDBC oracle then, because I'm using the type 4 driver, localhost 1521 which is going to be the instance, and need to pass the username, which is system, as well as the password, which is HJB. So it's done now. We can verify by running it. If it shows any error, then we need to solve this. Otherwise, let's have this message regarding a prompt that it is successful. So let's run this application from here. It is running. It is done, means our connection is ready to perform the operation with the database. So let's see how to define the callable procedures. Now here is the procedure which is inserting a record in student table. We need to define this procedure in Oracle. So let's have this procedure going to the Oracle and pasting it. Oh, there is an error with the procedure. Let's see what is the error. See, procedure has errors because we are referring to the student.sno percentage type, but the object student does not exist, means we haven't created the table yet. So we need to define the table. So let's create the table first, and then we are going to define the procedure for it. So here is my query to create the table. Create table student, the SNO, SNAME and the SCT with the appropriate data type. So the table created successfully. Let's commit it. And now we are again trying to create the callable procedure, right? Let's see what it says now. So as you can see, the procedure is created successfully. We have a message here, procedure created. We need to cross verify whether it calls the procedure properly or not. So we can call the procedure by having the call keyword and the procedure name, which is STUDENT. Let's have few values with it. RaviROza, and the city is going to be the Jamnagar. So these are the three input parameters for my procedure. If you don't have any idea regarding how this in parameter and what are the parameter type, you can check the previous video in which I have discussed regarding how to create procedures, what are the in parameters and what is the out parameters. Oops, I forgot the single quotation for the city because it is of string type. And let's run it. So one record is inserted in student table. So let's cross verify it by selecting it. So one record is inserted using the insert procedure. Now the same procedure has to be called from the Oracle side with the help of Callable Statement. So let's see how to do it. Before calling the procedure, we need to have the callable statement. The callable statement, let's say CSTMT. Again, callable statement has to be instantiated from the connection dot prepare call, and herein in the set of this curly braces we need to define the call keyword along with insert student, our procedure name with the set of parameters. We have three parameters: question mark 1, question mark 2, and question mark 3. The first placeholder is integer and rest are the strings. Now let's set the value for it. So see it callable statement dot set in, right? We need to pass the index number, which is of first placeholder. Let's specify the number, which is 101. Let's have the another value for the second column, set string, because next column is of string type, and the value, let's say RaviROza.com, right? And next is also the string, the index number change, and the city is, let's say, worldwide web, www. So all the parameters are set, which is respected to this question mark. So it's time to execute the query. So CSTMT dot execute update. It will return an integer number, which is reflecting the number of rows affected. So you can cross verify it by. Okay, let's use this done statement. Rows affected. Let's print n. So as our procedure is going to be executed, it will insert one record to the student table. So one row will be affected, right? Let's cross verify it by running it from here. Let's run the application from here. One row affected. Let's cross verify it. SQL select star from student. And as we can see, we have two records now. One was inserted directly from Oracle, this serial number 1, and 101 is being inserted from the JDBC using callable statement. So in this way one can use the callable statement for executing the stored procedures. So now let's try to create the another procedure which will update the student data. So here is the way. So here is my update student stored procedure with this parameter, wherein again I am having three parameters: the name, city, and the number. It will update the student detail, the student name as well as the city, on the basis of serial number passed from the Oracle side. So let's see how to call this procedure from Java. So this is the thing that we have done for the insertion purpose. Now let's copy this. The same will be applicable for the updation purpose. Let's comment this one. Let's modify it by changing the procedure name from here. Now it is update. We have changed the parameter sequence. We have sent the number at the last. So this is going to be the one parameter, this is going to be the second, and this is going to be the third. So let's check our data. Select staff from student, right? So we need to update this 101. Instead of RaviROza.com, I'll write let's say simply Ravi, and instead of this World Wide Web, we'll change the city to something else. So the serial number is 101. Let's change the name to Ravi, right? And the city is going to be, let's have it as Mumbai. So now this procedure will be called along with this parameter. Again, the number of row affected will be 1. Let's run the application from here. One row affected. Let's cross verify it from here. The one row is affected. In this way we can have the update procedure. So finally, let's have a procedure for deleting the student data. So instead of update, rename the procedure to delete student, right? In which I will require only one parameter, which is going to be the student number. So instead of update, I can write delete student. The set values are not required, only the where clause is required, where the SNO is equal to TSNO. Now let's try this procedure in Oracle. So the procedure is defined successfully in Oracle. Now the same procedure will be used in Java's side for deleting a record. So let's check how to do it. So let's comment this one and try the delete procedure. So instead of update, let's define it as delete, DELETE, and only the one parameter required, which is the student number. So we can have it from here. The parameter index are going to change because it is only the one parameter and 101. So in this way it will call the delete student procedure and execute update. Rows affected are going to be 1. Let's cross verify by running it. Rows affected 1, and let's check in the Oracle whether the data is deleted or not. Click start from student, right? As you can see, the 101 has been deleted from here. So this is the way to call the procedures from Java's side using Callable Statement. So that's it. Thanks for watching my video. Ask your questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for latest video notification.